Tom Hayes joins me now. Money is flowing out of tech. So you tell me, where is it going and how do you play that trend?
Well, Stuart, money goes where it's treated best. That's the old saying. Money is moving from tech to cyclicals. We've been talking to your audience about that for months. And the reason it's moving from tech to cyclicals is because earnings growth for Mag 7 is decelerating from mid-30s% last year to down to 15% by the third quarter of this year. The rest of the market, the unmagnificent 493, which had negative earnings growth last year, is now going to have mid-teens earnings growth by the third quarter of this year. So it's going to materials, it's going to industrials, it's going to financials, it's going to energy, and it's going to healthcare. And that's where you want to start to allocate and maybe lighten up and take a little bit of profits on Mag 7 if you didn't already.
All right. Is Kevin Warsh as Fed chair good or bad for the market?
I think the market's telling you what you need to know today, Stuart. He's perceived to be hawkish. His whole history has been hawkish. And it's interesting, when President Trump chose Jerome Powell, and Jerome Powell did not do the things that President Trump thought were good for the stock market, he blamed Mnuchin. He said, Mnuchin gave me this guy. But with Kevin Warsh, everyone knows he's a hawk, and he was chosen. So if he acts hawkish, don't be surprised. So the market's down today, the stock market's down today, the bond market's down today because historically he doesn't like quantitative easing, which they're doing right now, $20 to $40 billion of bonds per month. And gold is down because he's hawkish. So you basically have very pro-economic policies, which is one foot on the gas, and now you have one foot on the brake with a hawkish history. Will he follow through on his recent change of tune of being more dovish and cutting more because he believes AI is disinflationary? Time will tell.
I thought he was in favor of lower interest rates, and now he's being called a hawk who doesn't want a lower interest rate. I can't work this out.
Yeah, he has zero evidence in his historical pattern of being dovish until he came to the interview process of becoming Fed chair under President Trump. Right. So if he will follow through on what he has represented in the last 6 months, which is inconsistent with what he has represented for the last 20 years, we'll be okay. If he follows through with his history of being hawkish, maybe the market's going to be a little bit unsettled in the near term.
All right, Tom Hayes, we'll be following, obviously. We'll see you again soon. Thank you, Tom. Still